阿弥陀佛，大家好。请大家合作一下，就是说在护摩法会之后呢，师尊下来带领我们大家做大礼拜。之后呢，就是清场就是在家居士呢，就是在外面排队，就是准备灌顶。那里面呢，就是如果你们要用洗手间，就是要在之前或者之后大家不要在那个时候谢谢。真佛宗美国彩虹雷藏寺白衣大士如意宝珠观音护摩法会，法会开始，与会大众请起立，恭迎真佛宗创办人无上法王。
The Homa fire offering ceremony of the white robe Master Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva with the wish-fulfilling money jewel will begin now. We are welcoming our understood Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, to enter into the Homa hall. Let us now join our palms and recite the root Guru mantra, Padmakumara mantra.
观想顶礼，回天心三印，二拜诸菩萨。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三印，三拜诸护法金刚。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三印，四平等一起走。恭请师尊移步道长视频接受顺线上的众弟子问安。
祥如意。安居为吉祥，自好自觉，好祥好好好好良常我爱你，我们好想你，我们爱你，我们世界，我们好想如此好，我们吉祥，愿你相爱，爱你之真，我有你的爱，爱你哟，我想我想度好想你，不心
恭敬法王圣尊莲生活佛，生法王座。
Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng to ascend to the Dharma throne.
及诸位上师上座。
Inviting Rinpoche and all the Dharma masters to please take the seats. Inviting all the venerables to please take the seats. And inviting all participants to please be seated. Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng to bless the prayers of the primary supplicants. The offering of Hatha. Let us now join our palms with reverence, and we are inviting Tanchen Katso Rinpoche to represent all of us, to present the offering of Hatha to the lineage Guru as a symbol of the highest honor. Visualize true Buddha lineage. Namo Vairocana Buddha, Namo Buddha Lokana, Namo Amitabha Buddha, Namo Padmakumara, Namo Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. Visualize Grandmaster and all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas radiating light to bless us. Recite Padmakumara mantra 7 times. Perform the visualization of the 4 immeasurables. Visualize relatives and ancestors from the father's side on your right, from the mother's side on your left, friends and teachers behind us, enemies and karmic creditors in front of us, and all sentient beings around us, together practicing tantric dharma and ultimately attaining Buddhahood. Recite purification mantras and the Deity mantra. Recite invocation mantra. We sincerely invoke our lineage root Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. Namo Maha White Padmakumara. Namo Lotus Light Self-Mastery Buddha. True Buddha School Lineage Gurus. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa. Namo White Robe Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva with wish fulfilling money jewel. The white robe Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva with wish fulfilling money jewel. The white robe Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva with wish fulfilling money jewel. Namo Golden Mother of the Primordial Jet Pond. Namo 5 Dhyani Buddhas. True Buddha School 8 primary deities. Namo Yamantaka. Namo Akalanata. Namo 4 heavenly kings. Namo Suna Bodhisattva. Rainbow temples, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities. All the deities enshrined at the True Buddha Tantric Quarter, at the Seattle Lichang Temple, and at the abode of the South Mountain Retreat. Rainbow temples, mountain god, earth god, plant god, wind god, water god, heavenly fire gods, dragon gods, and all divinities, as well as city gods, to please radiate light and bless this Homa. Great homage using visualization for student Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize procession on the ground, release the mudra. Second to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra. Third to all Herukas and Dhamma protectors. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra. Fourth head bow. Great mandala offering. Form the offering mudra. Visualize the transformations of the offerings to become innumerable to fill the whole cosmic space. Make the offering above with the lineage root Guru, all the lineage Gurus, the main deity of Homa, the white robe Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva with wish fulfilling money jewel, and all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities, and below to all sentient beings. Recite the offering verse and mantra. Mount Meru, 4 continents, and sun and moon transform into precious offerings for the Buddhas. May this wondrous treasures and marriage purge our karma to all of us civilization. For hold refuge, visualize our lineage root Guru, all the lineage Gurus, a Buddha jewel, Dhamma jewel, Sangha jewel, to form bright white light to empower us. Recite the mantra. Namo Buddhaye, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammaye, Namo Sanghaye, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammaye, Namo Sanghaye, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammaye, Namo Sanghaye. Arma protection. Form Vajaklapsa mudra. Recite Vajapani mantra 7 times. Om Bodhilanjali, Om Bodhilanjali, Om Bodhilanjali, Om Bodhilanjali, Om Bodhilanjali, Om Bodhilanjali, Om Bodhilanjali. Inviting the Dharma King, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, perform blessings with mala. Inviting Dharma King, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, to set ceremonial demarcation, to bless the registration forms, Homa cards, and the offerings with Jambhala and scepter. Please stand up and join your palms with reverence, and together we are inviting His Holiness to perform the ritual of opening the Homa fire pit, to set ceremonial demarcation around it, to lit the Homa fire, to make all the offerings, and to perform mudra transformations for purifications, enrichments, magnetization, subjugation, and further deliverance. We are all reciting the heart mantra of the white robe Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, visual filling manager. Please return to your seat and perform Homa visualization. Recite that mantras of the 8 principal deities and incarnate Buddha Amitabha.
Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Padmakumara Soha, Om Ha 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 Wei Samoye Soha, Om Jali Juli Junti Soha, Om Jambhala Chanang Chanaye Soha, Om A Hom Beta Guru Bema Sili Hom Sem, Om A Hom Guru Be Ah Sasamaha Lian-Sheng Sili Hom, Deata Om Bekazia Bekazia, Maha Bekazia Naza Samo Kadehe Soha. 南无36万亿119,500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无36万亿119,500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无36万亿119,500同名同号阿弥陀佛。 请大家齐念请佛注释祈愿文。
The supplication to the Buddha to stay in the Saha world. I pay homage and supplicate His Holiness the virtuous and marvelous Tantrika, all Buddhas of the 10 directions, compassionate Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, and Dakinis, protectors of Dharma. The nights are long, the 3 poisons are proliferating. My body and soul are stricken, tumbling in the misery of perpetual rebirth. With great compassion, His Holiness came to this world to salvage the deluded ones. 3 jewels, eminent, wondrous light, provide refuge for all. All fortunate beings, human and devas, rely on His Vajra body for the bestowal of teachings, vows, precepts, empowerments, and attainments. We disciples of Buddha plead that you stay in the Saha world to turn the Dharma wheel, to benefit and give happiness to multitudes of sentient beings. Merit dedication. May all uphold the Buddha, ascend with the realm of utmost bliss, reaping fourfold generosity from above, aiding those in the 3 realms below. Upon seeing the Buddha, may we transcend life and death. Like the Buddha, may we liberate all. To Buddha's school disciples, wholeheartedly pray to the main deity of Homa today. Namo Chintamani Avalokitesvara, the first and foremost consort of the Lotus Mother Samaya, of the Lotus Division. May your Mani Jewel radiates yellow, bright light to protect our lineage Guru with great health, safety, high energy. We also pray to Kintamani Avalokitesvara to bless His Holiness so that all purification, enrichment, magnecy, and subjugation can be fulfilled, all things accomplished, and continue to stay in samsara to turn the Dharma wheel with self-mastery, spontaneity, and bliss, inviting His Holiness to perform the overall merit dedication. Wholeheartedly, we pay homage to the main deity of Homa, the white robe Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva with wish-fulfilling money jewel Chintamani Avalokitesvara. Homage to Chintamani Avalokitesvara, the white robe Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva with wish-fulfilling money jewel. The white robe Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva with wish-fulfilling money jewel Chintamani Avalokitesvara. We pray to Avalokitesvara to please guide the destined Bardo spirits to be reborn into the pure Buddha lands. We pray to the white robe Avalokitesvara to please bless all participants and all beings. And we pray for good health, eradication of sicknesses, we pray to the white robe Avalokitesvara with wish-fulfilling money jewel to please bless all participants and please bestow that all their wishes fulfilled by the wish-fulfilling money jewel. May we be endowed with ample resources. May we have complete wisdom. May we live in harmony with love and respect. May all bad affinities disappear, transform into good affinities. May all wishes be fulfilled. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to the white robe Avalokitesvara with wish-fulfilling money jewel. Gods in heavens, gods on earth, may we be far from all calamities, may all calamities abandon us, let all disasters turn into dust. May all of our prayers be granted. May the pandemic disperse. May coronavirus disappear. May all illnesses vanish. May bad affinities disappear. May all disasters disappear. Recite 100 syllable mantra 3 times. Great homage using visualization for Spirit Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra. Second, all Bodhisattvas. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra. Third, to all Herukas and Dhamma protectors. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra. Fourth, Thapa. Recite completion mantra.
Om Brim, Om Brim, Om Brim, Om Mali Pe Mi Hom. 让我们以最热烈的掌声感谢法王圣尊莲生活佛祖坛白。
Now let's give the greatest round of applause to our lineage Guru for presiding over this Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva with wish-fulfilling money jewel. Now let us join our palms with reverence, and we are inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng to bestow the precious Dhamma teachings. Homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Mang Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zhengkong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Drupten Dorji. Homage to the 3 jewels of the altar. And homage to the main deity of Homa today, Chintamani Avalokitesvara, the white robe Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva with wish fulfilling money jewel. 四摩 Tansen Katso, Tutan Siddhi, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, all disciples present here and over the internet. Good afternoon, everyone. How do you do?
I stay. Hola amigo, que quiero mucho. Sugoin, ichiban, kimochi, Jimmy, Yappy, Bling, Konnichiwa.
First, I would like to announce for next Sunday, June 6th, June 6th, Sunday at 3 p.m. At the Rainbow Temple in North Bend, Washington, we will perform the hiking Cundi Bodhisattva Homa fire offering ceremony. And for the hiking Guanyin, for myself, when I was 26 years old, the abbot of the Jade Emperor Temple by the Dharma named Si Huiling, he gave me a sutra, and the sutra was the hiking Guanyin Sutra, Gao Wang Guan Si Yin Jing, or Gao Wang Guan Si Yin Zhen Jing. He gave me a sutra called the Hiking Guanyin Sutra. And when I got home, I started to chant the sutra when I was 26. So ever since, I've been chanting that sutra until now. I never stopped. And the first statement in the Hiking Guanyin Sutra is Gao Wang Guan Si Yin Bodhisattva. And next Sunday, we will perform the Hiking Guan Si Yin Bodhisattva, or Hiking Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. So the affinity and the origin was far and deep. So Hiking Guanyin Bodhisattva and True Buddha School have a very deep and profound affinity. So this Bodhisattva belongs to the Avalokitesvara system. And the crown that he's wearing is very different. It's the crown of the past 7 Buddhas. So the past 7 Buddhas and the future 1,000 Buddhas of the Bhadrakalpa. So at the end of the sutra is the karma eradication mantra of the 7 Buddhas. So this Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, the first time I saw the statue of the High King Guan Yin was at the San Yi in Taiwan. There were many Buddhist shops there, and there was a statue of the High King Guan Yin Bodhisattva, extremely majestic and dignified, very magnificent. I especially admired the phrase, can eradicate the suffering of birth and death. There's no suffering at birth and no suffering at death. That death would be the best. Because typically we forget about the suffering of birth and death. We forgot about the suffering of birth because we still could not remember. So we have forgotten about the suffering of birth. But it's difficult to forget the suffering of death or moments before death. It's difficult to forget the suffering of moments before death. But inside the sutra, when I saw that it can eradicate the suffering of birth and death, so I thought I had to chant the sutra, because the suffering of death is extreme. The suffering of moments before death, of dying. And because it can eradicate the suffering of birth and death, we have to chant it. And then it can also eliminate all kinds of harms. If someone wants to harm you, because between people, frankly speaking, it's very difficult to get along. To be able to become your soulmate or best friend. We often say that we know many people all over the world, but how many of them you can be heart to heart, that you can place your heart at that person's? How many of them do you have? It's difficult. We can have many acquaintances, but true friends or soulmates are extremely difficult. Most people harm each other. You harm me or I harm you, and they don't get along. But the High King Guan Yin did say that it can eradicate all kinds of poisons and harms. All of harms and hurts can be eradicated. So just based on these two statements, I've been chanting it to my best, to my utmost. So, but in reality, in this life, although I encounter lots of adversities and difficulties, but I still pass them through with safety, that nobody could harm me. True. That is the real case, and I didn't lose anything. So the hiking Cundi Sutra and hiking Cundi Bodhisattva, you want to create connection with him and you want to often chant his sutra. And next Sunday, it'll be the Homa of this hiking Avalokitesvara or hiking Cundi Bodhisattva. I don't wish to tell everybody to become primary supplicants every time, but by hearing so many benefits and you don't become primary supplicants, that would be a regret of lifetime. Because if you have affinity with him, he would help you to eradicate all harms and hurts and to eradicate the suffering of life and death. So it truly is worth it. And today we perform the Chintamani Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. The white robe Avalokitesvara with blissful filling money jewel. And his mudra is the lotus mudra. And above his head, or the head, it's a hair made like a lotus. And her hand is holding the wish-fulfilling jewel, and the other hand is the wish-bestowing mudra. So this Avalokitesvara is to fulfill the wishes of people. That's why it is termed the wish-fulfilling jewel. And you form this mudra, the lotus mudra. It looks like a lotus that opens, and you visualize she's right in front of you wearing white robe, and one of her hands holding the money jewel, the other hand is the wish fulfilling. And the money jewel is on your palms. And your wish will appear from the lotus mudra of your palms. Purification, enrichment, magnetization, and subjugation. So whatever you wish for will appear inside your palms. And by performing her practice, it is said that it would give response within 1 month. So fast in 1 month, that's quite shocking. And her mantra, Om Kala Fato, Kala Fato, Kala Fato, Naga Fato, Naga Fato, Om. 节制，节制，节制，说哈。这白衣大师的神咒，白衣大师如意宝珠的神咒。That's the heart mantra or divine mantra of the white robe, wish-fulfilling jewel, and the white robe Kuan Yin mantra. Namo, the great compassion Avalokitesvara who saves suffering and is immediately responsive. Namo Buddha, Namo Dhamma, Namo Sangha, and Namo saving the suffering Avalokitesvara. Tansudo Anja Lofato, Jalofato, Jahofato, Lojafato, Lojafato, Sopo. the celestial deities, the earth deities of protecting from suffering, guarding the body, all calamities transform into dust. Namo Mahaprasna Paramita. When I still did not know anything, I also chanted this White Robe Kuan Yin mantra for a long time. So at her crown there's a lotus hairdo that looks like a lotus, and wears white celestial garments, and the right hand is holding the money jewel and the left hand is in the wish fulfilling mudra. And this deity came from the body cultivation venue, one syllable crown chakra sutra. And the Chintamani tantric practice is, if you practice it for 1 month, then you would gain riches and nobility. Wow, 1 month, that's really fast. Did anybody ever practice it? And you get lots of riches and nobility. Wow, 1 month is fast. May is gone. Very fast. In a flash, it'll be June. Another 4 weeks. Another 1 month. You would obtain prosperity and great fortunes. How come the primary supplicants are not many today? I think our disciples are practicing purity. Talking about money and prosperity, they don't want it. So you're all high adepts with high realms of spiritual cultivation. So spiritual cultivators don't necessarily request wealth and lots of riches, so they just come and go according to the destiny. My gurus told me that when I get into the society, I should never open my mouth and set a price or ask for money. So I don't have much all my life, and I never borrow, or I have not in depth. And because I never ask for money, people give money automatically. So I don't lack anything either in this life. My birthday is on June 27th. It's the 18th of the 5th lunar month, and this year it happened to be on the same day. That in all my life it can only happen twice. Very interesting. This year, the lunar calendar and the Gregorian calendar are on the same day for my birthday this year. So my daughter, Fo Qing, asked, "What do you need for your birthday?" On your birthday, she she's going to buy it for me. And I was thinking, she asked me, Dad, what do you need? I will buy it for you. Ho Ching told me. And I thought about it for a long time. I really thought about it a long while. What is it that I need? And do you know, I could not think of what I need. So I couldn't give the answer after thinking about it a long time. So I give her, your dad does not need anything. Really, I don't need anything. And I also told her, I have everything. What is it that I need? Really, I have everything. I don't need anything. I don't lack anything. When a person does not need anything anymore, then you live very light and easy, happily, with gratitude, and practicing every day. That's about it. And then, when one day it's time to return to heavens, I would still be very happy. That's probably it. Otherwise, in this life, I don't need anything. The wish-fulfilling jewel. If you need it, you can pray to her and practice it the best you can. Before the Dharma teaching, let me share a joke. I pick up an Aladdin lamp and I wish that before death I would be able to find a girlfriend. And the result, I got an eternal life. Before death, Xiaobao went to Xiaoming's house to play, and Xiaobao wanted to use the bathroom and asked Xiaoming, "Can I borrow your bathroom for a bit?" And Xiaoming said, "No, because if you borrow my bathroom, then we have no bathroom." It's a joke. Working at the Thai restaurant, the boss asks that when you open the door, you have to join your palms and say, "Sawadika." And one time there's a customer coming in, and I opened the door and joined my palms, and I blanked out, forgot to say what to say. So instead I said, "Amitabha." It's important to chant the Buddha. Now we'll do the question and answer. From Malaysia, Lianhua Zi homage to the Guru Buddha. Kalachakra has many extraordinary practices. Some fellow disciples said that Kalachakra belongs to the Buddha division. So may a sadhaka practice Kalachakra as a protector? If Kalachakra is a root protector, and he is a manifestation of Shakyamuni Buddha, then may the practitioner have Shakyamuni Buddha as his yidam? Is it the case that all Vajra protectors can be one's protector? You ask and I answer. Actually, he already answered his own question. Kalachakra has many extraordinary practices. Some fellow disciples said Kalachakra belongs to the Buddha division. So may a practitioner practice Kalachakra as a protector? If Kalachakra is a root protector and he is a manifestation of Shakyamuni Buddha, then may he have Shakyamuni Buddha as his yidam? Is it the case that all Vajra protectors can be one's protector? The answer is very simple. Protector and yidam are interrelated. If your yidam is Shakyamuni Buddha, and your protector can be Kalachakra, that would be fine. Because we know at the Ling San ceremony, Shakyamuni Buddha was giving Dharma teaching there, but at the same time he also manifested himself at the South India, at the Jixiang Mi Jita, and transformed Kalachakra and give Dharma teaching to the King Yixien. So Kalachakra was emanated by Shakyamuni Buddha. So the yidam, Shakyamuni Buddha, and protector as Kalachakra as protector, of course, that would be interrelated. So, does each Vajra protectors and Vidya Rajas can be protectors? Yes. Generally, we say that the 5 Dhyani Buddhas transformed or emanated the 5 Herukas. Then the 8 Vidya Rajas or wisdom kings were emanated by the 8 great Bodhisattvas. So at the Rainbow Temple, when I went to the Heruka and Vidyaraja Hall, I paid homage to Yamantaka. I paid homage to the 5 Herukas and to the 8 Vidyarajas, and homage to all the protectors and Devas, Devis. That's what I chanted when I visit the Heruka Hall. So the 8 great Bodhisattvas has the 8 Vidyarajas, and the 5 Dhyani Buddhas have the 5 Herukas, or emanated or transformed into the 5 Herukas, and the 8 great Bodhisattvas into the 8 Vidyarajas or wisdom kings. So each of the Vidyaraja and Herukas can be a protector. First question. Second question. In the practice of white bones visualization, should we practice it until we have no more biological reaction nor erection towards opposite sex to be considered successful? I found that this white bones visualization is to divert my sexual attraction to the white bones. But I won't feel disgusted by beauties. Would this be enough? Or should I reach a point that I feel loathsome in order to succeed? For us who are still cultivating the preliminaries, is this the only way to counter sexual attraction? That we cannot practice the other kinds of methods in Tantrayana, which is to utilize desire to cultivate spiritually? Are you clear about the question? About his questions? You understand, right? So what he meant was that he wanted to use the white bone visualization to transform. When he encounters a beautiful lady, he treats her as white bones. So not seeing the flesh, but only white bones or skeletons. So the sexual attraction would lessen. And the problem is, you visualize the beautiful lady to be a skeleton, and the skeleton develop flesh and blood. So see, Taiwanese say, it's white and soft and smooth and silky. Even heroes cannot resist the temptation of beauties. And that is the case. How do other people pass this temptation? In reality, it is extremely difficult. And for Grandmaster, strangely, now I have trained to a level, myself personally, I am able even when together with the beautiful lady, I can close my eyes and not looking. And I'm also able to chant mantra and chant sutra. So I can chant mantra, chant sutra. And moreover, I'm also able, in front of a beautiful lady, I can do my Dharma practice. I can do my Dharma practice. And unaffected. So I don't know how I practiced it. So up till now, And I've said that I am the non-leaking yogi. And starting in my 40s, I stopped leaking. In the sutras, it's mentioned that if you are leaking, you're leaking the white body, then you would have downfall. You would fall into hells. Look at the lamas. How many of them are leaking? They bear children. Even the great Rinpoches, they have children because they are leaking. Because if they don't leak, they will not have children. So you will not bear children if you strengthen your yang or yin. Why would they have children? Because you are leaking. Because they are leaking. Even the great Rinpoches in the modern day, many of them, it's easy to find them. They're all leaking. But Grandmaster never leaks. And now I'm at the stage that even if I want to leak, I cannot. Because non-leaking. How did I practice? Naturally. When I see a beautiful lady, I will not disdain her or treat her as a skeleton or rotten flesh. I wouldn't do. Or having bugs crawling all over her. I don't do that anymore. But of course, in the beginning, I transformed. But that later on, I don't need to. I have no specific reaction. Doesn't matter how beautiful they are. Women sometimes look beautiful on the surface, and some wearing noble garments or with a beautiful figure and slim and petite. They look nice, but they are not necessarily nice. Not necessarily good. Good figure, fair and white skin, smooth and silky. Looks like a fairy goddess, but do you know, they're still dirty. I, myself, my body, there's one place that's very sensitive, and that's my olfactory sense. My olfactory sense is very acute. And beautiful lady, but with the smell, oh no, oh no. Then the desire is gone. So, the spiritual cultivation of utilizing desire to control the desire, that's a dual body consort practice. Like he said, you cannot practice that. And you practice it until eventually you become numb. Nothing. That's for me. But how about other people? White bone visualization, or visualization of a rotten body. That's all for diversion. That's fine. And Grandmaster's smell sense is very sensitive. If a woman is not clean, I can sense it, I can smell it. And I have no more desire. So this method is right. You just divert your attention. But not necessarily, because there are a lot of men that's cornies. But I don't think so. I think women, many women pigs. We cannot say pigs, but we can say hogs. So not only the men are hornies, but women too. They have desire. Their desire is toward bliss of a moment, but then they suffer for a long time. It's a joke. A boss had a relationship with a female co-worker and got pregnant. And then the woman asked, "So how do I notify?" And then you should send me a postcard. And you can just say, the meat noodle. And then I would give the acrimony. And then one day he got a postcard from a woman from Taipei. He was unaffected, and the postcard, when he read it, he fainted, and the wife got him to the emergency. And the doctors told the wife, "Your husband didn't have any heart problems. How come he fainted and could not stand?" I don't know. He just read something on the postcard, and the doctor read. So the meat noodle have 4 bowls, 2 with sausages and 2 without. So be careful. Just a joy of a moment equals suffering, eternal misery. And Nehua Zixian from Malaysia asked the 3rd question. Can a practitioner have tattoos on their bodies before taking refuge? I had some tattoo. Now I want to make it into something related to Tantric Buddhism, such as mantra wheels. Would this be disrespectful? If I change it into a Vajra scepter, Vajra dagger, will they repress me? Will it affect my faith? Sure, tattoos. You can take refuge. Don't worry. If you were part of the gang in Taiwan, if you get in jail, the prisoners there would give you tattoo. A dragon, a phoenix, on the feet, body, anywhere. So brothers, brotherhood. But nowadays, tattoos is a form of art. So a cross Vajra scepter, Vajra dagger, mantra wheel, tattooed on the bodies, that's fine. They're all fine. If you want to have tattoos, go ahead. Because it's a kind of art, in my opinion. It's just an ornament to the body. It doesn't symbolize anything. Or your own girlfriend, your loved one, you tattoo their names on your body, it's fine. Will not affect spiritual cultivation. It doesn't matter. And like Grandmaster, Buddhist, like when we made the Bodhisattva laity vows, we had this incense marks, 3 of them here. When I made the Bodhisattva vow in the Pisanyen temple in Chaotun, I had this 3 incense mark, and it stayed until now. I was in my 20s then. It did not disappear. It's a kind of memory of receiving the Bodhisattva vow. Nostalgia. Question by Henry Ongkor from Singapore. Beloved Grandmaster, thanks for transmitting to Buddha Tantric Dharma. I am currently chanting the 100-syllable mantra, the short version, and dedicate the merits to my karmic creditors, both physicals and formless, and my attached spirits. After chanting, my body feels light and full, but sometimes I feel there's someone chasing after me and made me afraid. I feel that bad things are after me for no reasons at all. Why do I feel this way? Is it because I haven't chanted enough 100-syllable mantra? That's his question, first question. So chanting 100-syllable mantra and dedicating the merits to karmic creditors, sure, that's correct. And you feel that someone is chasing after me and made me afraid? What are you afraid of? No need to be afraid. As a spiritual cultivator, there's nothing they should not be afraid of anything. Last night, when I was sleeping at near daybreak, as I was sleeping, I heard a voice of a woman shouting, crying. Her voice very feminine, and help me, save me, help me, save me. And after I heard it, I told her, okay, at night I will to deliver you. It happened this morning. She shouted, cried right in my ears. Nobody is around. I heard her crying out for help. I was all by myself in my bedroom. Nobody. Crying, help me. And her voice was so feminine and attractive. So of course I have to help her and to deliver her and create a good affinity. That's good. Well, someone's chasing after you, it's fine. Then you dedicate the merit to him too. You should understand there's nothing to be afraid of. I encounter such things a lot. This knocks and that bangs and the whole house. There's sounds all over the house. Even when I see ghosts, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Even encountering ghosts. And they extended their tongues really long, and I pulled it. We can make soup of the ghost tongue, and the ghost was afraid and ran away. No need to be scared. I'm most scared of human beings, and I'm not afraid of ghosts. Because I was just walking, and all of a sudden someone showed up, and it just surprised me. But I'm not afraid of ghosts. No need to be afraid. If someone's chasing after you, perhaps is asking something from you, you ask him or her, "What's up? May I help you?"
May I help you?
May I help you? Right? What can I help you with? Don't be afraid. Especially if it's a beautiful lady chasing after me. Then chant more the 100-syllable mantra. From Malaysia, Lianhua Xiang Yi. My family clan runs a cemetery business. My questions are, if a lay practitioner borrows money from a Sangha member and doesn't want to pay it back, will he suffer its retribution and bring bad luck upon himself? Yes. A lay practitioner borrows money from a Sangha member and doesn't pay back. You know, this transgression is very heavy. Or a laity takes a Sangha member's belongings, like their clothes or shoes or anything, and take them away. That's very heavy transgression. There would be karma, retribution, karmic retribution. You would have to pay back a lot. The same thing for ordained monks and nuns. 1 grain of rice from the benefactor is as big as Mount Meru. If you don't cultivate spiritually, it's as if your hair are in bondage. A grain of rice from a benefactor is as big as Mount Meru. If you don't cultivate spiritually, your hairs are all in handcuffs or in bondage. All the rice and meals that you eat are donated by the supporters. You don't produce them yourself. So if you don't cultivate spiritually, then your hairs would be in handcuffs. It's the same. You have to suffer its retribution. So if someone make offering to you, you don't cultivate spiritually, you don't return to them, you don't bestow fortune to them, and you don't practice yourself, then in the future, you would have handcuffs all over your body. You would become the horse, the cows, to repay in the future. So it doesn't want to pay back money borrowed from Sangha member. That would be horrible. Definitely have to suffer the karma. If you borrow money, you definitely have to return. That's in the precepts. It's in the precepts, all this. An ordained person accepts offerings from sentient beings is because they earn it by performing ceremonies, big or small. But if they spend the money on laities, but not his parents or family, is it okay? Because some ordained person wants to invite laities for dinner or picks up the bills, then the fellow disciples are so scared and didn't want it. We often encounter this dilemma. Of course, Grandmaster is different. Grandmaster is Buddha. It's the Vajra of great fortune. Grandmaster bestows upon sentient beings this advice: wish you stay in samsara to turn the great Dharma wheel. So you calculate it. If someone invite a Sangha member for dinner, that's an offering. If a Sangha member invites a laity for dinner, that's bestowing fortune. Like I am a monk, I'm an ordained person, and I invite just lay practitioners for meals, that's bestowing fortunes upon them. So it's mutual, and you need to calculate them, and who is owing whom. You have to calculate it clearly. So if an ordained person uses his money on laities, then the laities should cherish and appreciate such fortune even more, and cultivate spiritually and dedicate the merits to all sentient beings. That would be proper. That's asked by Lian Hoa Xiang Yi from Malaysia. Now we will expound on Lamdre. Suchness verification. Suchness verification arises on the mind. The verse, in quotes, the 8 noble path factors of suchness verification, end quote. The so-called noble is the 5 wisdoms, and the 8 factors are the cause. To transform the 8 consciousness, as in the verse, purifying the 8 consciousness. To transform alaya vijnaya, storehouse consciousness, to become the mirror-like wisdom. To transform mula vijnana, base consciousness, to become the wisdom of equality. To transform mind consciousness, to become the wisdom of observation. To transform the 5 root consciousness, to become the wisdom of all accomplishment. To prove the renunciant as the Dharma realm wisdom. This is clear. The point here is to transform. We transform the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, which is the alaya, the consciousness, to transform into the great wisdoms. The 8 noble path factors. Noble is the 5 wisdom. 8 factors are the cause. Transform the 8 consciousness for the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, mind, and the root of the mind, which is alaya. That's for 8 consciousness. So purifying the 8 consciousness is to transform alaya vijnana, storehouse consciousness, to become mirror-like wisdom. To transform mula vijnana, base consciousness, to become the wisdom of equality. To transform mind consciousness to become the wisdom of observation. And to transform the 5 root consciousness to become the wisdom of all accomplishment. to prove the renunciant as the Dharma realm wisdom. So to renunciate the game and play of the human world is the Dharma realm wisdom. The verse in quotes to prove two fruits, end quote. In the half ground, the wave of congealing the right attachment is the liberation door to emptiness, and the wave of congealing the left attachment is the liberation door of no vows. So what are the liberation door to emptiness and the liberation door to no vows? And what is the half ground? The half ground of the 12 and a half ground. That's the liberation door to emptiness and the liberation door of no vows. What's in the liberation path? Then you would know what they are, the liberation door to emptiness and the liberation door of no vows. You can find it in the sutras. Find them in the sutras. Two fruits. One is the liberation door to the emptiness, and the other one is the liberation door to no vows. At the former half ground of the ultimate 13 grounds, the suchness verification appears on the mind, as in the verse in quotes, the great earth joy, end quote. 3,000 earth mother goddesses, etc. At two instances, the root guru and myself become Buddhas perfectly, to witness the perfect awakening, to manifest divine mighty power. At the first instance, it is called bliss. At the second instance, it is called joy. And the third instance, it is called pleasant. So when you attain fruitions, three phenomena happened. This is different from the first ground called the ground of joy, the first ground of bodhisattvahood. It's where you would generate the mind of joy. It's different from this half ground of the 12 and a half ground, where you're about to attain Buddhahood, where in instances you would manifest the first one. The first instance is called bliss, the second instance joy, the third instance pleasant. They're all very happy. So bliss, joy, and happy. The blissful laughter of Earth Mother Goddess, etc., is referred as the movement of 6 characteristics. For example, bubbling or rushing in the east and drowning in the west, or bubbling in the west and dissipating in the east, etc. Altogether 6 of them, and movements, extreme movements, and similar characteristics. It's just like stated in the Prajna Sutra. So when you're about to attain Buddhahood, there would be the 6 great trembles. So rushing in the east, dissipating in the west, rushing in the west, dissipating in the east, etc. Why don't you check the 6 great trembles? Shakyamuni Buddha often has this phenomena of the 6 great trembles. The characteristics are like stated in the Mahaprajna Sutra or Mahaprajna Sutra. So Earth Mother Goddess, etc. So it's not just you that's blissful. Right before attaining Buddhahood, all the Earth Mother Goddesses will appear and will speak loudly that you have become a Buddha. And in the sky, there would be 100,000 dakinis that would tell you that you have attained realization. And on the earth mother goddesses will appear and joyfully tell you. And also the sixth grade trembles. The verse in quotes, ferocious noise at the devil's place, end quote. Say the divine transformation of suppressing Mara is like the sound of dangerously falling rocks, tsunami, and other ear-shocking sounds. It destroys the devil's brain, like the sound of cymbals to subdue the Mara at night. Or it'll be explained during the part on incessant path. This incessant path, like the movie. So on the great earth, all the devils would be shaken. You have attained Buddhahood. Even the devils and the devils' palaces would tremble, and the Mara would be scared too. Even the Maras would be scared of you becoming a Buddha. Once you have attainment, all the Maras would be scared. And they would be trembled. The Mara's palace too would be trembling like the earthquake. The verse in quotes, at the place where the mudra is born, one sees the three realms, end quote. During Buddha Mother's puja of the 12th ground mother, 12th earth mother goddess, amidst the light drops of the great purity proportion, there is no differences between all the dharma of rebirth and nirvana, broad or narrow. They are all the same. The indiscriminate interest of seeing all the seeable and see all the dharma of rebirth and nirvana is referred as the minor wisdom. So everything is all mixed. The purity proportion. When you reach the 12th ground, Earth Mother Goddess and Buddha Mother's puja of the 12th ground, at the place where the mudra is born, one sees the three realms. So amidst the light drops of the great purity proportion, there is no differences between all the dharma of rebirth and nirvana, broad or narrow. They're all the same. It's about the yoga of one taste. Rebirth and nirvana are of one taste. Rebirth and nirvana are one taste. The indiscriminate interest of seeing all the seeable and see all the dharma of rebirth and nirvana is referred as the minor wisdom. When you're about to become a Buddha, you would be able to see many things to be of one taste. Many things are one taste. To explain this one taste, it will take a long time. So no fragrant or foul, no good, no bad, no rebirth, no nirvana. Everything is one taste. That's this peace. At this time, the other differences of merits will arise on the mind, as in the verse, Dakinis gather from far. At this time, the inner Dakini gather from far would see the purity proportion at all the channels by the 10 fathers and mothers to gather at the central channels, the inner palace. And then you can accomplish the emanation of the Nimanakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Dhammakaya. When you attain the Buddhahood, that all the Dakinis will appear in the sky and all will tell you that you have attainment. You have attained the way. The outer Dakinis will appear in the sky and will tell you that you have attained fruition. And the inner Dakinis inside your body will gather too and tell you that you have attained the fruition. So the outer and inner Dakinis will all tell you that you have attainment. You have attained Buddhahood. So Nirmanakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Dhammakaya, they're all of one taste too. That's all for today. Om Mani Padme Hum. We are very grateful to His Holiness' precious Dharma teaching. This ends the English interpretation today. Thank you very much.
拜根本传承上师及十方三世一切诸佛，嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心善引，二拜诸菩萨，嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心善引，三拜诸护法金刚，嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心善引，四平等一起手。恭请法王圣尊言生活佛以布道展视频接受圣线上的众弟子的感恩和道别。 谢谢师尊，谢谢大家，下星期见哦。
我们爱你，下个星期见哦，我们爱你，感恩你，我们要精进哦，我们会精进
恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛为与会大众做白衣大士如意宝珠观音法灌顶。
Om
还没有接受灌顶的同仁，请你们赶快过来接受灌顶，灌顶即将要结束。让我们以最热烈的掌声感谢师尊慈悲赐受白衣大士如意宝珠观音法灌顶。我们也一起顶礼师尊，感恩师尊，谢谢师尊。网络直播到此结束，非常感谢大家的收看。We now conclude this live broadcast. Thank you for viewing.